So today I would like to show you how our system works. Not a tour of the homestead, but really how the whole thing works and why we are principally living on hay as a family with 9 people. So to begin with, you have to differentiate between two things: real food autonomy and possible food autonomy. By this I mean not the horse, but that we can be relatively self-sufficient, but in some case for our own comfort or our own joy, we like to buy things that we don't produce. However, those things could often be replaced and are not necessary. I point out that, for example, we have a horse which eats most of the grass on our land, but which is obviously not for food. So our land is 13,000 square meters, so around 3 acres, but a large part of the grass could have been devoted to other animals. However, our horse produces manure which is useful to our system and very much joy. So we are achieving food self-sufficiency more and more, and it's not through a vegetable garden and a few vegetables, but with hay. As you can see, we have here many hay bales. With 4 people, we stored 230 small bales of hay in 2 hours for €460. So $460, you can see. It's a 1-year autonomy for our animals, excluding the horse, which has its own hay in addition. We have to buy this hay because our land is not big enough, but you will agree that this is a very small sum. Besides that, we buy some grain for our hens and some supplements for our goats as alfalfa, but this could be reduced by different systems I will explain later. The first part of our system is the chickens. We have them in several places, and the chickens are moved on our land and given leftover food. They also receive grain, but this system can be improved. We have experimented with letting the chickens and hens roam on the manure of all other animals. In summer, they can get free food by eating the larvae that hatch in the manure. In winter, it is more difficult to do without grain altogether, but we grow sun roots to feed our animals in winter with these roots. Chickens give us a lot of eggs and a lot of meat. We get many chicks because our hens are now very good hens. You can see here a broody hen. I have to move her tonight to another place. So we get many small chicks. That means very much meat. The chickens also scrape the soil and fertilize before we plant some plants or trees. As I said previously, we are experimenting with giving the manure of rabbits, in particular to the hens. So here you can see that some chickens have come and scraped the soil, scraped the manure to get some larvae. The rabbits are mainly fed with hay, and they give us a lot of meat. I will make a video about rabbit, how we feed them and how we get very healthy food to eat from them. Our goats are also fed mainly with plants from the garden and hay. And they give us a lot of milk. They give us about 5 liters of milk every day. And we have 3 adult goats, and they are first fresh now, so they will probably give us more next year. And we will have another goat here, which is now a kid, but she will hopefully give us milk next year too, so we will be able to have more than 5 liters. You can see they can eat from the garden. We have 2 enclosures to them, this one and this one. And we just change them every 2 months. And they have some hay, of course, because it's not enough plants on this land. They get tree cuttings too. You can see we have 1, 2, 3 adult goats, 1 kid, but she will be able to give us milk next year from January, February probably, and 1 male buck. I give them hay in some bags here, so they don't spill a lot on the ground. You can see it here probably. Here. So 5 liters milk every day is about a bit more than a gallon. And I can make a cheese every other day. And we have much extra milk. This cheese, or a bit more than 500 grams every cheese. So some of them are just older or younger. The youngest is this one. And yes, they are very filling. We can have one of them as a basis for a meal for our whole family. And they are very good. We also get 3 goat kids as meat this year. So you can see we salted some of the meat and eat some other parts fresh. And we have very much milk, so we basically store them like that in 1 liter glass pot in the fridge, and it is very good milk. This is an anti-moisture machine. Very practical to use with the meat, besides meat. The milk don't taste goaty, it's just taste a bit like cow milk. If you store the milk right after milking and store the milk in the fridge, it will not get a very goaty taste. The animal manure will then feed the plants. We usually plant where the hens have been, but we also make some hotbeds. This one is made with pallets all the way around. So we just get some branches and manure in them. And so we planted some pumpkin. They have never been watered, they just are there. And we get some pretty big pumpkins. We will make many other hotbeds like this one in the future. Thus we obtain a relatively closed system which can operate more and more on itself. If we wanted to avoid the grain, we could let the hens roam more in the garden. They already do that. And we could let them go more on the manure. Rabbits and goats will increasingly be able to have sandwoods, as you can see here. We have sandwoods many places in the garden. These are very tall. They are probably 3 meters. So yes, you can get more and more sandwoods, tree cuttings, sweet corns and sunflower seeds. That's the goal. Since we are talking about trees, another very important element and often left aside by homesteaders at the beginning are trees. You have to start by planting a lot of trees. As years after years, they will give you more food, more and more free food. And on this point, we started wisely and made the right choices. I can say that we never plant enough. See all those kiwi fruits. It's amazing. And here, many apples, small apples, very good. You should plant a lot of different trees. See, they are just roaming freely, some of them.